and I love a good roller coaster. But when everything shut down except the water ride, and I'm not riding a water ride in
It's
40-degree
cold.
weather.
Yeah, it's
It was
cold.
cold. And when those rides shut down, like that whole area of the park emptied. And I think everybody went to Super Mario Land. Welcome back to One Slice at a Time, where we break down real trips, real park days, and what actually happens when you show up, not just what the ads promise.
We're not reviewing from a brochure. We're reviewing from sore feet and actual wait times.
Real. And today we're doing a full park day review of Epic Universe based on a visit with my family over a holiday weekend.
With regular tickets, right?
Well, kind of.
It's important
We'll
because
get to
holiday
that.
weekend. Okay. Holiday weekend conditions are the stress test for these parks.
Absolutely. We are going to walk through what we did, what worked, what broke down, and what we're going to do differently the next time we go. So let's just start at the beginning.
Sounds good.
Epic Universe is the newest park at Universal Orlando Resort. And if you haven't heard about this park yet, you have not been watching TV or been on social media, because they have been promoting it heavy. It's built from a very different layout from what most people are used to for theme parks. Instead of one park, when like all the lands are connected, this park is built around a central hub, and it's got portal entrances into separate themed worlds. I think I've seen this somewhere before. The,
Where have you
wheel
seen
and
this?
spoke design.
Oh, yes, the wheel and spoke. Yeah. It sounds cool, but it changes how people need to plan their day. It's not a casual wander
Absolutely.
from here to there.
Yep. Movement and pacing really matters in this park more than other parks. Backtracking is going to cost you time and energy.
Okay.
So, without getting too deep into ride spoilers, let's just talk overview of the themed worlds. They have Super Mario Land or Super Nintendo World. They have the Dark Universe, which is kind of like the classic monsters themed. They have the new Wizarding World of Harry Potter section, which is based around Harris and more of the Newt
Yeah.
Scamander timeline of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It also has an amazing ride there where you actually go into the Ministry of Magic. You have the Isle of Berk spoke, where, all the How to Train Your Dragon stuff is, but it's all built around this central hub. And this central hub has its own collection of things to do and attractions built right in there as well.
From the brochure, the central hub was like them trying to put the park back in theme park. Is that the way it
That's
came
exactly
across?
what it feels like.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, it really helps with immersion to have these
Hmm.
portals where you kind of go in and then you're
Go
in a new
in.
land.
Hmm.
Yeah. But what does that mean for crowds? They stack up inside each world.
Absolutely. Let's get right into how our Epic Universe Day went, and we'll talk about the crowds. We went the Saturday before Martin Luther King Day. So this was a little bit busier than your normal average park day. And we were there when they opened the park.
Uh, it's interesting. There's no annual pass holders at Epic Universe
Right.
right now.
They don't
So
allow them yet.
So you don't have that kind of crowd that would be there on a holiday weekend, but
Mhm.
you still, I mean, there's tons of people in Orlando for the holiday weekends.
Vacationers.
Yep.
That's right. So we got there. We had stayed in a Universal hotel. So we got that early park entry time at
Yep.
Epic that morning. Some of the rides are going to be included in that early park entry, and some are not. So make sure you plan your park day, or have me and Ryan help you plan a park day around which rides to hit first. We knew for us that we were going back to do Battle of the Ministry and queue for that first. Now, Battle of the Ministry is not one of the rides that opens with early park admission. But by the time we knew it was going to take us to get all the way pretty much to the very back of the park and queue for this, we knew by the time we'd gotten there, it would be timed for early park admission to be over. And there wasn't like a lot of rides that we were checking off in that morning. This was our main reason to go to the park that day, was to ride this ride.
So you
And
hustled over there.
we did. And the second issue is we had the express pass for Epic Universe for the day because it was a holiday weekend and because I needed to film content and do other things besides just stand in line. I went ahead and spent the money and got express passes. Now, like I said, we stayed in a Universal resort. We stayed at Royal Pacific, and express passes for the other two Universal theme parks are included in your night stay. So that's a great promotion, but the Epic Universe Express passes are not included in your resort stays at
Right.
Universal. So make sure that you're adding that on and don't just think that that's there. That's a pro tip because I was a little bit confused by the wording and had to go back and check and ended up adding on our Epic Universe stay,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
our
that's
Epic
important.
Universe Express passes. Yes.
Yeah, it's a really
So,
important thing, and it's something that people get very confused about when they talk to us about Universal because they
mhm,
have different policies depending on what you're doing. So it's important to
right.
know the differences. Yep.
So like I said, we went straight back to the Battle of Ministry. They let us kind of start to queue up. The line went very quickly once they did open the ride. And I did like going through the regular queue once and then doing the express pass later on in the day because it was a good way to see all the stuff they built in the queue. I will say the express pass on this ride, it takes you through most of the queue a little bit, but you know, to see the full queue and get the full experience leading up to the actual ride was was a great way to start the morning. We were blown away by the Ministry of Magic. Blown away. And I would say you could not walk. They queued us up really well, but you could not walk through this section of the park. Like when we got there, before they started like forming the line, it was just packed people, everywhere. So,
But did you do it back to back? Did you go, you went in, you rode the
no,
ride. Okay. You came back to it later with use your express
we came
pass.
back to it later.
Okay,
Yes, we
cool.
sure did. So,
All right. Well, what
um,
did you do next?
after the amazing, I mean, blown away, Ministry of Magic, probably one of the best rides I have ever been on. So don't skip it. Get the
Okay.
express pass if you don't wait for 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people go
So that
there
was our
just for that
first
ride.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, after that, we were just kind of like, we knew we had our express passes.
Yep.
And we thought we would like to get everything else done that wasn't super important to us. And that way, Eva would have a good amount of time to spend in Super Mario World. So we hit Dark Universe next. And
Wait, this was Dark
guys,
Universe was not like the number one thing. I mean, I know Ministry. Like I'm looking forward to going to Dark Universe more than anything else.
well, yes, you should be because you go in and talk about immersion, guys. The portals, you come in and you feel like you're actually there. It
Wow.
is really, really cool. Eva and Kyle had an extended conversation with the Invisible Man, who, by the way, is not nice. These are universal monsters, guys. And they have them out just kind of like roaming the areas. And so they were like, wow, he was kind of rude. I'm like, well, what did you expect? We then rode the Frankenstein ride, Monsters Unleashed, in the Frankenstein castle. Again, the queue here will blow you away. The ride is amazing. The animatronics in here, they are so, so cool. So cool. Ryan, if you have been on the Harry Potter ride where you ride like the broomstick that's inside Hogwarts Castle,
Yeah, the Forbidden Journey.
yeah, I couldn't think of the name of it. The
Yep.
Forbidden Journey. um, the ride system here is similar, actually exactly the same type of ride system that they use there. And you get super close to these amazing animatronics of these big monsters. It is very, very cool. And amazingly enough, was one of the shortest wait times in the park all day long. I could not believe it. We rode it 3 times, I think.
Oh wow. That
Under 20, 30 minutes.
that IP doesn't quite have the same draw, I think, as some of the newer brands. It's
Mhm.
kind of like general monsters, even though they're like
Right.
super important to Universal as an overall brand, it doesn't have the same drawing power as Super Mario
Like
and
Harry Potter,
Hogwarts.
Mario.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So it kind of makes
exactly.
sense that that land would have a little bit more space for that kind of thing. But
They also have a second ride back there, and it's like a spinny coaster. It's a werewolf themed one. It was fun, but I wasn't like over overly impressed with that. And the wait times for that ride were like an hour all day. And I'm like, guys, go over here. You know, this is so
okay.
much better.
Well, I think one of the main reasons that, between the Ministry of Magic aspect and the Super Nintendo world, those are the two
Yeah.
huge drawing cards for Epic Universe.
Mhm.
So how was Super Nintendo Land?
Well, we can't even get there yet
No?
because it came a downpour and the
Oh,
temperature dropped like 20 degrees. So this is where our Epic Universe Day started to go awry
mm,
because we thought we would skip over, like I said, even wanted to save Super Mario World for kind of the last. So she would have everything else done and she could just focus on doing everything she wanted to do there. So we were going to hop over to Isle of Burke. On the way, we thought we'd stop and ride the carousel. The carousel's really actually very cool. And we stopped in the middle at the carousel. They got us on the ride and said, guys, because of the high winds and the impending storm, we're not going to let you on the ride. Exited everybody. At this point, every single ride, except for like the water ride, and mind you, at this point, it's like 40 degrees outside and rainy and windy. All the rest of the rides in Isle of Burke, the How to Train Your Dragon section, shut down
yeah.
and they did not reopen for the rest of the day.
Oh, no. Oh,
They
no.
also have a roller coaster, the Cosmic Stardust Racers or something
Yeah.
that it's called. It's like a dueling coaster
Yep.
in the main area of the park that also shut down about the same time and did not reopen for the rest of the day.
Yeah. I'll tell you, this is one of the
So,
things that I talk to about with people that want to go to Epic Universe. I
mhm,
do talk about how rides go down and they stay down. And when that
yes.
happens, imagine, this is a park with like 10 or 12 rides. And
Yeah.
when 3 to 4 to 5 of them go down for the whole day,
Yes.
all the rest of the park capacity is at everything else. So
Well,
get those
yeah.
express passes for sure, right?
They saved us. They saved
Yeah.
us. Even though I think we spent about an hour in the shop. So they have
Yeah.
a large shop that is Super Nintendo themed, kind of right before you go into the Super Nintendo area. And so I think we spent about an hour in there waiting for the storm or the most of the storm to pass before we went ahead and into Super Nintendo World. Um, of course, Eva had to buy her band. I should have grabbed it, but there's bands that you use in Super
Yeah.
Mario World to like collect coins and play games, similar to the magic bands that you're used to at Disney World, but these are only specific to this one area of the park.
Yeah.
But it's super interactive.
Kind of
So
like wands
that's
in
where
the
we
Harry
headed
Potter.
next. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Okay.
wands. I forgot completely about the wands. We had to buy a brand new second generation wand, but we're going back to Harry Potter later, so I'll get into that then.
Okay.
Y'all,
Okay.
Epic Universe is expensive, especially when you spend an hour in a retail store. But I went for the
All right. Stop. Tell me about Super Nintendo World. You
okay.
guys, hang on. I have not been to Epic Universe, which might surprise people because
It
you know that
does.
I
It
live in
surprises me.
Florida, but I've kind of taken a stand on it. And since I
Hmm.
had annual passes to Universal and I've had them for 5 years. And so
Right.
the fact that this park is not yet incorporated into the annual passes, we were kind of like waiting
Hmm.
to see when it would be so that we could either buy and upgrade our pass or buy a new pass.
Right.
And so we haven't been yet because we're kind of waiting for that.
Love you.
And our passes actually they lapsed in September and we decided, okay, we're just gonna wait
Hmm.
until we can do something with Epic. I don't know if that's going to be coming anytime soon, so we may have to rethink that whole strategy. So anyway,
Yeah. You might just have
now
to bite the bullet and go for a day.
yeah,
Check it out.
you're right. Which is so all that's to say is well, this is why I'm like, Stephanie, tell me everything. Because I have not been. So
Well, if you have ever played Super Mario Brothers or Donkey Kong or any of those, like this, that wasn't really something I grew up with in my childhood, but Eva is so into this stuff, guys. And you walk in and it is like you're in the video game. It the theming in this land, no stone left unturned. And you walk by with your little band and you hit the question mark blocks and you get coins. There's an app that goes along with it and you play games on the app. And there's actually only like this one place where you get to go play this game with Bowser Jr. and you have to collect the keys on the app in order to be allowed even into the space and in the line to go do this. So you have to play the games throughout the little section, you know, with and then go in and do this Bowser Jr. challenge. And it's all through the app.
Pretty cool. It has
It
like some of
is.
these like the Galaxy's Edge stuff where you can use the Play app to do some stuff.
Mhm.
It sounds kind of familiar to that, but it
Right.
sounds like it might be a little bit more well done.
It is because I feel like to contrast it against the Galaxy's Edge type stuff, all of that's really in the app. This
Yeah.
is actually the kids have to turn the crank and make the mushroom thing fall over to get that key. Or,
Yeah.
you know, it's like actual games you are physically playing that are linking up to your
That's
app.
nice. So it's not just a
So,
screen-based
mhm,
activity. That's cool.
right. Yep.
Yeah.
For Super Mario World, the big draw there is Mario Kart.
Yeah, of course.
And guys, I'm telling you what, the queues in this park blow you away. Like, not just the land, but there are every single detail. You are in the Mario Kart queue, and it's like you're inside, you know, Bowser's castle. It is incredible. And I'm not like a huge Super Mario Brother fan, but it is just like you're in the castle and you go down. I will say, I wasn't super excited about the ride. There is a lot going on. You have augmented reality goggles on, and you're moving your head certain directions, and you're trying to steer and fire and like fire your little turtle shell things. Guys,
Yeah.
this I don't know anything about any of this, but you're trying to do all of this. And
Yeah.
there's just it's so much. It's so much going on. Like it's a little overwhelming.
Okay. So you didn't care for that ride as much, but you're also not a Mario Kart fan.
No. And even Eva was like, wow. She didn't know where to look and like what to do.
Okay.
I think if you wanted to have the full experience, I would definitely suggest trying to do that ride at least twice
Yeah.
just to get the feel for it the first time, and the second time, then you'll have, you know,
It
can
kind of like
figure out then how yeah.
it's like Smuggler's Run in that way. Like the
Mhm.
first time you go through, like you have no idea
There's
what's going
so
on.
much.
And then the second time you're
Right.
like, okay, how many of these things of coaxium
Yeah.
can I get?
Right. No
So
idea what was going on the entire time.
yeah. Yeah.
But I
But
did love the Donkey Kong area.
okay.
So back behind Super Mario Brothers, you have this whole Donkey Kong area. Again, super great theming. We stopped and had um a little snack there that I'll talk about a little bit later when we talk about the food. But the ride there, so much fun. It is a roller coaster that looks like it jumps the tracks.
Oh, I love
You
it.
know, just the physical gags.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not overdone. It's just a normal little minecart type roller coaster. Um,
Okay.
but it's super well done and it's a lot of fun.
I love that. I love that.
Yep. Let's
Okay.
see. At Donkey Kong. Okay. I'm talking about Isla Burke. Now, guys, I kind of alluded to it, but Isla Burke, I didn't want this to be a disappointment for us because I have heard that the ride there in How to Train Your Dragon, their big ride is like the best one in the park. And I love a good roller coaster, but when everything shut down except the water ride, and I'm not riding a water ride in
It's
40-degree
cold.
weather.
Yeah, it's
It was
cold.
cold. And when those rides shut down, like that whole area of the park emptied. And I think everybody went to Super Mario Land,
Yep.
in all
Okay.
honesty. It seemed like every other time we turned around, there was another ride that was paused. We were in
Yeah.
a line. Oh, we're experiencing a delay. And I think that's nothing new for this park. I think we have a lot of ride delays and technical issues in
Yep.
the park so far still.
Yeah.
So that
I
was the
agree.
biggest frustration of the day,
Yeah, and like
even
I
with
said,
it.
I warn people about this all the time because
Mhm.
it it scares me because people come to us to have like the best vacation possible, and they come to
Right.
us, they say we want to go to Epic Universe, and I
You
just
have
have
to
to give them
prepare
this.
them.
You have to give them this
Mhm.
reality that this is what you could face, and if you do,
Right.
there's like no recourse. There's nothing I can do about it. So
Right. Exactly. And
yeah,
on the other, wish we would have had 2 days. We didn't really have 2 days built into our schedule this time to do it, and that way we could have gone back the next day when it was better
sure,
weather and rode the
yeah,
rides that we missed and that sort of thing. So I think that would be my top tip for clients is even though you could do Epic Universe in one perfect day, right now, plan 2 days or at least have a half day buffer that you could go back to Epic Universe
yeah,
and, experience the stuff you missed. So,
yep. Okay, let's do a
you
quick
doing that.
break. This is exactly why trip planning is not just picking parks, it's planning, pacing, backup options, priorities, strategies, all the things.
Mm. And guys, we help clients plan park days, multi-generational vacations, and big group cruises. So
That's right.
when things shift, and they always do, we're the man in the chair and the day doesn't completely fall apart.
And if you want help building a plan that survives real conditions, reach out. Links are in the show notes.
All right, guys, now it is time for, well, it isn't Ryan's Crusty review today. It's Stephanie's Crusty review.
Yeah, you have the experience here. I
So
don't. So let me take a back seat. Tell me all about it.
we'll get Ryan to do this one when he gets a chance to experience it. But one of the places to eat in the main hub of Epic Universe is called Pizza Moon. Now, talk about vibes.
Okay. Tell me more.
I have a video. I mean, there are like these moving art pieces
What?
of celestial moon, like celestial pizza and pasta scenes
Okay.
all over the restaurant.
Okay. What is the theme?
It
Is it
is
tied to any particular IP? Like Pizza Planet for Toy
no,
Story, but like it's not. Okay.
no. This is like just celestial themed pizza.
Okay. Okay.
Just like Celestial Park is the name of the main hub.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So Pizza
this
Moon.
is like yes. And guys, I was surprised. I was expecting your normal theme park pizza, and this was actually really good.
Really?
Wood-fired pizza,
Yum.
wood-fired pizza. The vibe was, like I said, there was always something to be watching and doing. You, with Universal and most of Epic Universe, you order on the app, you get in line, and then they have you sit at a table. When you get to your table, you scan the QR code, and then they just bring your food out to you. So it's kind of like quick service dining, but a little bit elevated to where you don't have to find your own table, you don't have to go through a line to grab your food, that sort of thing. We got in there and we ordered 2 different pizzas. I ordered the mushroom pizza, and it did have a white sauce. Don't 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 kick me off the podcast yet.
That is not a pizza.
Well, it kind of tasted like one. And
Okay.
then Eva, of course, got the traditional pepperoni pizza.
All
They
right.
also
Good
had
for
some really
her.
cool dessert options, and they had like this brownie that was
Okay.
like hot brownie with melted s'more stuff on top. Was
Oh,
delicious. Eva was starving, but she said the pepperoni pizza was a solid 6 out of 8. She would eat there again,
okay.
no problem. It just had the normal, I wouldn't say it was anything crazy good, like, oh, they have this, it was so good. But overall, good, solid pizza in a theme park. I will say my mushroom pizza was delicious, and I had garlic breath for the rest of the day, which is always
Well, you
the
needed that
sign of a
because in
good
case
meal.
you needed that in case you went past the monsters universe there, the dark universe
Exactly. We
again.
should have ate
Yeah.
there before we went.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
But
Was
Eva
there
took a video.
Was there
Eva had I
breadsticks,
took a video.
appetizers, or anything like that?
They had like salads and different types of
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
but we were
yeah.
sticking traditionally just to the pizza. Yeah.
Right,
They did
right.
have lots of different stuff on the menu. It was a pretty big
Yeah,
menu actually.
yeah.
Yep.
Pro tip: if you skip the salad, you could probably eat one more slice of pizza.
More pizza. Or at least half of the brownie thing that we ordered
That's
that
right. Okay, 6 out of 8.
Eva has
That's good. That's pretty
yeah.
good.
Mhm.
Okay, so pretty good crusty review stuff. But what about the rest of the
Yeah.
food, rest of the in-park dining?
I can say I did not eat anything bad in this park.
You're
I
not
was
really a food person when it
impressed.
comes to theme parks.
I know, and I was impressed. The first thing we had as a snack was a Frankenstein head pretzel in Dark Universe, and it was actually very good.
Okay.
Like solid, good, nice orange plastic cheese that Eva proceeded to knock all over my shoes. They're ruined forever. Plastic orange cheese does not come out of white shoes.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that's okay though. Over in the Donkey Kong area, they have like these floats that's
Okay.
like banana and pineapple. So it's like pineapple soda with a really weird, but it's good, a waffle like
Okay.
bowl on top of the cup. And then you
Okay.
got like banana and caramel corn and stuff like on top of this ice cream that's in the cup. And it was actually very good. Like we were
Okay.
surprised. Like I thought, oh, this is gonna be a mess. This is gonna be an absolute mess. No, we couldn't. We almost had another one because it was that good.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Then we didn't get to ride anything in the Isle of Burke, but Eva watches YouTube, and I'm telling you, she said there are these mac and cheese cups. I have to get one. And these are like hollowed out garlic bread horns, guys, filled with mac and cheese and some goldfish crackers. They had the plain one. There was another flavor we didn't try, and there was like a buffalo chicken with the mac and cheese too.
So it's like a
And
bread bowl, except it's garlic bread, and
yes,
inside there's not soup,
yes,
there's mac and cheese.
yes.
Okay.
The only thing that would have made it more perfect if it was like garlic bread with like pizza toppings.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But it was so good again. And we even got that like at the end of the night as we were leaving. And it was still really well done. Cause as the theme park's getting ready to close, they haven't really,
Yeah.
freshened up the food supply in a while,
Right.
but it was actually very good.
How long were you there, by the way? Did you stay all the way to close?
No, we left early. We were freezing to death.
Yeah, and you had early park entry, so you were there for quite some
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Right. And we
Okay.
had done everything. And unless we wanted to do Monsters Unleashed for the 14th time, we were like, we're good to go. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and guys, throughout the park, though, the food is part of the experience. Everything is super well themed. The restaurants are super well themed. And like I said, I didn't have a bad snack or dinner anywhere in the park. So,
All right. Well, what's like the biggest win and what are the biggest strengths and stuff of Epic Universe?
biggest strength is just the theming and the immersion. So, you really feel like you are in the lands. It is deep, it is layered. You're in the French area where the Harry Potter ride is, and everything's in French.
Really?
They got the posters up on the wall in French.
Hmm.
And, to that effect, they also have, like, we were talking about the app a little bit for Super Mario World and the Harry Potter world. The app connects you to these magic spells. Another big draw is the new wands. So the first generation wands that work in the old Harry Potter areas do not work with the app in the new Epic universe. So we also had to drop some coin on a new wand so she could
Naturally.
play along in the app.
Naturally. Yeah.
The old wands will work to do like the magic spells at the windows, but they
Okay.
won't rack up your points and
Okay.
stuff in the app for the games that you play.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
yep,
That's quite a lot of immersion, and I think that's
it is.
it may be a misconception that people have about Universal as a brand in general, because
Mhm.
I'll tell you what, those Harry Potter lands in the Universal parks, they're that as a
Yeah.
land, the only one in Disney that rivals that, I think, is Pandora. Like
Yes.
those lands are completely immersive. You're in
Yep.
Hogwarts, you're
And this
Diagon
park
Alley,
in
and
its entirety just takes that to a whole new level.
that's awesome. Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
Okay, so biggest takeaway. Let's hear it.
Listen, guys, this park can be done in a day. Yes. But with all the ride breakdowns and issues that they have, even on a normal day, not, I mean, a lot of ours was based on weather, but I would say give yourself 2 days to feel like you're not rushed at this park. Or if something breaks down and you miss it the first day, you have the second day to go back. That would be my biggest takeaway.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is that you may find that on the first day you get a good day and you hit everything, and then
Right.
you got the extra day. You're just gonna do it again, I guess. But that's
Right.
just
And
the way
this
it could
park, like
work.
we yes, and it's so immersive, like, you could ride all the rides the first day, and as we talked about in the app, your kids can run around and play for hours in Super Mario Land and never get on a ride. You could
Yeah,
do spells in the Harry Potter area and sit and have French pastries and have this whole immersive experience in that area and never, ever get on a ride.
yeah.
So
So for me, a lot of people ask me about Epic Universe, and right now, at least not without doing these steps that Stephanie's talking about, like doing a second day and things like that. I'm not really recommending it strong to people. Of course, there's people that want to do it, and if they want to do it,
right.
then whatever. That's if that's the reason you're coming to Orlando, it's to do Super Nintendo World, then
Mhm.
absolutely you need to do it. But if you just have sort of like you've never been to any of the Universal parks and you ask me about it, I will push people towards going to
Mhm.
Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure right now because I don't think Epic Universe is ready for the regular average park goer at this
Mhm.
time. They're capacity controlled really low,
Mhm.
and yet they still have some of these line management problems. So that's kind of where I'm
Yes.
standing on it.
Hours.
So I'm glad that we talked today on this show because we kind of gave people both
Right. What to
realities, like
expect.
this is the
Mhm.
case. And you've said, Stephanie, like, here's how you can get around that. Get the express pass, plan a second day
Yes.
if everything is
At
really
least for
important.
one day. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then plan a second day
You're
as your
gonna do 2
backup day.
days.
Yeah.
Yep. I
So
think that's a good point.
perfect.
Let's
All right. So
see.
bottom line, Epic Universe looks impressive. It's not an automatic yes for every traveler, but
Right.
it is very impressive.
And so, right, guys, you're gonna match this park to the traveler, not just the trend. I will say, got little kids, there's not a whole lot in this park for children to ride. So if you've got a bunch of toddlers, this is probably not where you're going to want to spend your vacation dollars. Now, if you're into Harry Potter, into Super Mario, into How to Train Your Dragon, I would say definitely make this park on your must do list.
All right, next time on One Slice at a Time, we are talking all about WinStar's brand new ship, the Star Seeker, that I toured in January. Can't wait to tell you all about it. Another 200 passenger ship. What a great vacation that you can have on the ship. Alaska, Japan. Can't wait to tell you all about it next week.
I cannot wait to hear about that ship, Ryan. How exciting.
One slice at a time.
So, Ryan, that is another episode this week for us. But I have to ask, what's for dinner tonight?
I'm going to check the admission prices to Epic Universe and see if I can run up there and go to, what's it called? Moon Pizza? Pizza Moon.
Pizza
Pizza
Moon.
Moon. Yeah. I'll try that out. And if I don't like
Yeah,
it, then I'll go to Mellow Mushroom. I know it's down the street.
there you go, right down the street.
There you go.
Guys, check all the links in the show notes. Follow us on socials, like, subscribe, leave a review if you have time. We would sincerely appreciate it.
Absolutely. Subscribe to the newsletter at extracheese.fun. And remember, keep traveling the world.
One slice at a time. Have a good
See you
week,
next time.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.